Walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
The WNBA is back, and so is the Caitlin Clark Angel Reese rivalry, as after this foul that...
It's just a good take foul, either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a take foul.
Hold up. Did you see that moment? Angel Reese breaking down in tears after Caitlin Clark's foul. But this isn't just about a basketball game. It's a lightning rod exposing the raw truths about race, gender, and the way society watches female athletes. What really happened on that court, and why is everyone talking about it beyond the game? Get ready to uncover the hidden stories and societal biases that are shaping our perception of these incredible players. If you're ready to see behind the headlines and challenge what you think you know, smash that subscribe button, hit like, and let's get started. During the NCAA women's tournament, the matchup between LSU and Iowa became a cultural phenomenon. Caitlin Clark, celebrated for her scoring ability, court vision, and leadership, dazzled fans with her triple-double and clutch shots. Meanwhile, Angel Reese emerged as a dominant force, known for her rebounding, physicality, and fiery competitiveness. Their contrasting styles and personalities created a compelling narrative that drew millions of viewers. The incident that ignited the controversy was a foul involving Reese and Clark in the final moments of the game. Reese, a passionate and outspoken athlete, committed what was described as a good take foul, a common basketball tactic intended to prevent an easy basket and send the opponent to the free throw line. As Reese pointed to her finger, signifying her championship aspirations, and gestured to her team, social media and sports commentary erupted with divided opinions. Some praised Reese's competitiveness, viewing her actions as part of the fierce spirit that makes sports exciting. Others criticized her for what they saw as unsportsmanlike behavior, labeling her ghetto or aggressive, especially given her black identity. Meanwhile, Clark's comportment was often praised for being respectful and classy, reinforcing racialized stereotypes about black women's behavior. The core of this controversy lies in how race influences perception. Caitlin Clark, a white athlete, has been consistently portrayed as the clean-cut, respectful star. Her style of play, demeanor, and media coverage emphasize her professionalism and sportsmanship. Conversely, Reese, a black athlete, has been scrutinized through a lens of racial stereotypes, often labeled as fiery, ghetto, or uncouth when displaying emotion. This disparity is not accidental. Societal biases deeply influence how we interpret actions based on race and gender. When Reese celebrated or trash-talked, it was met with criticism rooted in racial stereotypes about black women's demeanor. When Clark did the same, it was praised as a display of class. These perceptions are reinforced by media framing, social media commentary, and sports punditry. For instance, some commentators have suggested that Reese's actions were motivated by racial animus, or that her emotional reactions reflected hate rather than legitimate rivalry or competitiveness. Others have argued that Clark's success was partly due to her race, implying that her rise was facilitated by white audiences' favorable perceptions. These narratives serve to diminish the athletic achievements of both athletes and instead reinforce societal stereotypes that unfairly categorize black women as overly emotional or angry. Prominent sports media personalities have played a significant role in shaping the narrative. Stephen A. Smith, a well-known analyst, suggested that Clark's success was linked to racial bias, implying that her popularity was partly due to white audiences' reactions to Reese's aggressive style. Critics argue this shifts focus from athletic merit to racial dynamics, subtly implying that Clark's success is white privilege, while Reese's is victimhood. Similarly, Ryan Clark, a former NFL player turned commentator, has been accused of pushing a victimhood narrative around Reese. His remarks have been criticized for suggesting that Reese's reactions are rooted in hate or that she is unfairly targeted because of her race. Critics argue this perspective oversimplifies rivalry, dismisses athleticism, and perpetuates stereotypes that black women are inherently angry or aggressive. These narratives are dangerous because they influence public perception and can lead to a form of racial gatekeeping that undermines genuine athletic achievement. They also divert attention from the actual game, the skill, and the hard work of the athletes involved. One of the most troubling aspects of this controversy is the double standard that exists in how black women athletes are perceived versus their white counterparts. When Caitlin Clark celebrates, trash talks, or displays confidence, it is often lauded as respectful, professional, and leadership. when Angel Reese does similar actions, she is often labelled ghetto, uncouth, or over the top. This discrepancy is rooted in societal stereotypes that associate black women with hyper-emotionality and aggression. These stereotypes have historically been used to diminish black women's achievements and justify racial biases. The media's framing of Reese's behaviour as unsportsmanlike or ghetto feeds into these harmful narratives, whereas Clark's actions are celebrated as part of her competitive edge. Additionally, the reactions from fans and commentators reveal societal discomfort with black women expressing themselves passionately in sports. That discomfort is often rooted in racism and sexism, which create a hostile environment for black women athletes who refuse to conform to traditional, respectable norms. A critical point often overlooked in this debate is the actual skill level of the two athletes. Caitlin Clark is widely regarded as one of the best players in women's college basketball, with a game that resembles NBA stars like Steph Curry or LeBron James. Her ability to score from anywhere on the court, her court vision, and her leadership are unmatched at the college level. Angel Reese, while highly talented, particularly in rebounding and physicality, is often compared unfavourably to Clark regarding finesse and shooting ability. Critics have dismissed her as goofy, sloppy, or not as skilled, which is rooted in subjective judgments and racial biases about black women's athleticism. However, this assessment ignores Reese's undeniable impact on the game. Her rebounding, defense, and emotional intensity energize her team and fans alike. Her personality and passion are part of her identity as a competitor, and her presence on the court elevates the visibility of women's basketball. Both athletes bring different strengths to the game, and their rivalry has increased interest and engagement. It's essential to appreciate their unique contributions without dismissing one because of racial stereotypes or subjective judgments. Social media has played a pivotal role in shaping the narrative. Clips of Reese's celebrations, Clark's impressive plays, and commentary from fans and pundits are shared rapidly, often without context. This has led to polarized opinions. Some fans celebrate Reese's passion, while others criticize her for not being a lady, or worse, attach racial labels to her actions. The viral nature of social media allows for instant judgment, often based on stereotypes and biases. The commentary can escalate tensions and reinforce harmful narratives that influence public perception. Moreover, social media has given rise to cyberbullying and racist comments directed at Reese, prompting discussions about the safety and dignity of black women athletes. Calls for her protection and respect are valid, but some critics argue that elevating her as a victim can overshadow her athletic achievements and agency. It's crucial to strike a balance, supporting athletes against harassment without framing them solely as victims. Beyond race, gender norms play a significant role in how athletes' behaviours are judged. Women are often expected to behave modestly, exhibit decorum, and avoid displays of emotion or aggression. When female athletes defy these norms, they often face harsher criticism than their male counterparts. In Reese's case, her emotional reactions, trash talk, and celebratory gestures are scrutinised through this gendered lens. Critics argue that women should stay humble and be respectful, reinforcing the idea that women's expressions of passion are unacceptable or ghetto. Clark, on the other hand, exemplifies a model female athlete, calm, composed, and modest, traits traditionally associated with femininity. This double standard perpetuates a culture where black women's authentic expressions are dismissed or demonized, while white athletes' displays are normalized or celebrated. The media's portrayal of this rivalry also reveals the myth of objectivity. Many commentators and analysts bring their biases into their narratives, consciously or unconsciously. Some suggest that Clark's success is due to white privilege or favoritism, while dismissing Reese's achievements as overhyped or emotional. This framing ignores the reality that athletic success results from talent, hard work, and dedication. It also dismisses the cultural context. Black athletes often face additional hurdles, stereotypes, and scrutiny, which can impact their careers and public perception. The tendency to frame these narratives through a racial lens perpetuates division and prevents an honest appreciation of athletic excellence and passion. The Reese-Clark controversy exposes broader societal issues. It highlights how stereotypes about black women, being angry, ghetto, or overly emotional, are perpetuated in sports and media. It also reveals society's discomfort with black women expressing themselves freely, especially in competitive environments. This debate also underscores the importance of representation. Athletes like Reese and Clark serve as role models for future generations. How they are perceived and treated influences societal attitudes toward black women, women's sports, and racial equality. Furthermore, it raises questions about the commercialization of women's sports. The intense media attention has increased visibility, but also risks exploiting athletes' personalities for profit, sometimes at the expense of their dignity and authenticity. The key takeaway from this ongoing saga is the need for respect. Respect for athletes' talent, personalities, and humanity. Rivalries are natural and essential to sports. They generate excitement, passion, and engagement. Emotions, trash talk, and celebrations are part of the human experience of competition. Both Reese and Clark have demonstrated exceptional talent and resilience. Their contrasting styles and personalities have helped elevate women's basketball to new heights. Instead of framing their interactions through stereotypes or biases, we should celebrate their achievements and the richness they bring to the game. It's also vital that media outlets, commentators, and fans recognize their own biases and strive for fairness and nuance. Avoiding racial stereotypes, acknowledging their humanity, and appreciating athletic excellence without prejudice can help foster a more inclusive sports culture. The controversy surrounding Reese and Clark is a microcosm of larger societal issues. As consumers of sports media, fans, and members of society, we have a responsibility to challenge stereotypes, support diversity, and promote fairness. Leaders in sports and media should prioritize narratives that highlight skill, dedication, and perseverance rather than stereotypes or sensationalism. Education about implicit bias, cultural sensitivity, and the importance of respectful discourse can help change the landscape. The ongoing debate about Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and their rivalry is about much more than basketball. It's a reflection of societal attitudes toward race, gender, and expression. It exposes the biases embedded in media narratives, fans' perceptions, and cultural stereotypes that influence how we view black women athletes. Both Reese and Clark are exceptional athletes who have captured the imagination of millions. Their rivalry has helped elevate women's sports and sparked important conversations about respect, representation, and authenticity. Moving forward, it's crucial that we recognize their humanity, celebrate their achievements, and challenge the stereotypes that threaten to diminish their voices. As society continues to grapple with issues of racial equality and gender norms, sports can serve as a powerful platform for change. Let this controversy be a catalyst for growth, reminding us that at its core, sports are about human excellence, passion, and perseverance. When we embrace these values, we create a more just, inclusive, and respectful environment for all athletes.